Okay, we'll call the Hannibal Rural Community regular council meeting of council for February the 19th, 2025 to order, please. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I, Councillor Heislip, move to approve the agenda with the following addition. Add 11C, matter pursuant to section 68(1)C of the Local Governance Act.
I have a seconder.
I, Councillor Holt, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried, thank you. Consent section, can I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor McKenzie, move to adopt the consent section with removal of Upper Kingston Fire Department report to be moved to business arising 7A.
Seconder.
I, Councillor Fox, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried, thank you. Item 4, any disclosures tonight, council? Lee?
Nope.
We're good? No public input or inquiries, no presentations, petitions, businesses arising from consent section would be the Upper Kingston Fire Department report, and we have Chief Krause here with us this evening.
Good evening, Your Worship, Councillor. January, we had 20 calls. Start the year off. Did everyone get a chance to look them over? Any questions?
None from me.
Don't see anything, nothing outstanding, lots of vehicle accidents, that's to be expected in
Oh,
January.
yeah. Next month won't be any different either.
Yeah.
Or February,
Yeah.
so far anyway.
Any questions for the chief?
No,
All right, thank you, Chief. Anything else to add?
no, we're good.
All right, thank you very much. Can I get a motion to approve the,
I, Councillor Holt. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Councillor.
I, Councillor McKenzie, move to receive the fire department report for January.
seconder?
I, Councillor Holt, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you, council.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. Thank you very much. Nice to see you as usual. Item B, the recreation building.
So we need to, we talked about getting that renovated to use as a cold storage space. So we just need to have a motion, or I guess, authorizing me to get quotes.
I, Councillor Holt, move to authorize and direct the clerk to get quotes to renovate the recreation building to be used as a cold storage space.
Seconder?
Aye.
Councillor DeCleva, second.
Any questions, comments? Councilor McKenzie?
This doesn't stop though, like Councillor Deputy Mayor Jonah, so we look for,
No.
yeah, nonprofits.
Charitable
Charitable
organization. Yeah, she's well aware. She's good. Just, it's always good to know.
Just want to make sure, yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I'd like to point out too, just, it's gonna take a little while for the Deputy Mayor Jonah to find a group or nonprofit group. Is it the physical structure, the concretes and everything else that is the issue with stability when we take a look to get the engineer's report?
It's the whole thing. The concrete's doesn't have rebar in it.
No, it's not that it doesn't, it's that they don't know.
Yeah.
They can't determine,
So,
And the frame,
so they won't sign off on
yeah,
it.
frame's
So-
not
So-
acceptable.
Keep the building good in the meantime, right?
and we have to keep the building good in the meantime, but the other thing I think we should take in consideration is that Councilor Hyslop was thinking of utilizing it as a spot for people to come, visit, pictures, and the whole 9 yards. But if we can make sure that we set aside some property just adjacent to it, such that if it's going to be needed to actually put a new foundation, we just have to slide the church over.
So the codes for a storage building and one that we are going to use for the public to rent are two totally different
That's-
building codes,
Yes,
right?
I realize that. and
So
that's
they
what I'm
would
saying.
probably be fine, the foundation and stuff would probably be fine under those building codes, but not. And it's not even saying that anything is wrong with that, it's just the engineer didn't have enough information
Well,
from that, so.
The report from eons ago, there was some concern about the styrofoam that was within the layers, et cetera, et cetera. So if it does become a particular issue, if we at least have the land set aside, knowing that if we do run into it, we can utilize it.
It can be raised and something put underneath of it.
That's true
It'll be
also.
moved, you know, I mean,
Is the concern that you feel it needs to go somewhere while they correct the foundation?
yeah.
If the foundation needs to be corrected, whichever be the less costly,
Right.
okay, whether it's remediation of the foundation or simply just putting a new foundation down,
Right.
okay?
Well, that would be part of the plan for any renovation that was done. I mean, all that stuff has to be taken into consideration if it needs to have a new foundation, not a new foundation, if it needs to go somewhere else. But to put in, I've seen houses, I've seen lots of houses up pretty high, they put basements underneath. They did an old barn over here, in my office.
Just taking a look at cost factor, if it's gonna be less expensive to simply just,
They would lift it regardless of whether they had to
Yeah.
move it or not.
Yeah.
It would go up in the air and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen, mini homes get lifted up and they just
Yeah.
put a whole basement in place.
Little excavator comes in, next thing you know, there's literally a
Yeah.
hole dug and there's a machine
Oh,
It's
underneath.
wild, yeah, they just dig
It's
down.
wild. I watched them do a whole barn. A big
Okay, any other comments? Good, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you.
Aye, Councillor McKenzie, I'll
No,
also.
just
Oh,
1 second, I didn't hear
Lee,
Lee.
did you say anything? Lee?
don't sleep again.
No, I didn't know.
Okay, yeah. But, we have a motion
So did you
for,
vote?
You need to vote.
yeah, he did,
No, we didn't.
he didn't?
We didn't hear.
No, we didn't hear
No.
the vote.
Councillor Kraus, are you okay with that?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Okay, our next motion's to have insurance increased on the building. Can I
Yeah,
get-
exactly, yeah. So I, Councillor McKenzie, move to authorize and direct the CAO to request to have the insurance on the recreation building increase once the renovations to the building have been completed and the replacement cost to be calculated.
Seconder?
Aye, Councillor Dooley, second.
Any questions, guys, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Okay, new business, we have a request from Mrs. Linda Hoyt, and her young lad's going to a curling event, and she's asked us if I guess we sponsored him last year, so she wants to know if we'll do the same thing again this year. I think everybody's had the correspondence in the package, everybody's up to date,
Yes.
so can I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor Heislip, move to receive the correspondence from a resident who was one of 2 athletes chosen to represent New Brunswick in the 2025 Canadian U18 Curling Championships in Saskatoon from February 16th to 22nd, 2025, and authorize and direct the clerk to make a donation in the amount of $250.
Seconder?
Councillor Ducleva, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you, council. On item 9, proclamations, we do not have any tonight. Item 10, upcoming activities, Red Cross Safe Course, Wednesday, March the 5th. And we're now about to go into closed session. Can I get a motion in closed session, please?
I, Councillor Holt, move to go into closed session.
Seconder?
Aye, Councillor Dooley, second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, can I get a motion to come out of closed session, please?
I, Councillor Heislip, move to come out of closed session and go back to open session.
Seconder?
I, Councillor Holt, will second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you. Now we need a motion for the Yoho site clearing for the park back there on Yoho Lake.
Okay, I, Councillor McKenzie, move to award the Yoho site clearing tender to Matt Harris and Son Limited for the tender price of $13,500 plus HST for a total of $15,525 on the condition that proof of insurance in the amount of $5 million is provided and a copy of the WorkSafe NB clearance certificate is received.
Seconder?
I, Councillor Holt, will second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Next meeting, regular council meeting as council chambers on March the 19th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Move to adjourn.
Seconder?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried, thank you, council.